I'm trying to start this as soon as I can. I know it's gonna get dark because the sun is actively setting. So we'll just turn on the lights when it's too dark to just have the window open. And my glasses are glaring, so I will say goodbye to those. I feel like I look 27 years old right now with this sweater and my dark hair. Okay, I'm ready to film for real, and I didn't actually intro this video, but welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. It's Vlogmas day 3. I hope you're having an amazing December. I have so many questions of yours to answer. I have them all right here. I haven't looked at anything, if I'm being completely honest, but I'm gonna get through as many as I can and just give you guys all the updates, get into the details of everything going on in my life. You guys know so much already, but Q&As are fun because I can just chat a bunch and sometimes talk about things that I'm not always sharing in my daily vlogs or day-to-day life. So let's just get right into it. Outside of my personal life, I do get a lot of questions about college and note-taking and how I organize everything and stay, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess balanced through all my involvements, and I'm excited that Paperlike is sponsoring today's video because I think that Paperlike is something that every single college student should know about. This is me pre-freshman year, literally the week before I left to move to Colorado, putting the Paperlike on my iPad. Essentially, if you're not familiar, the Paperlike is a paper feel screen protector. It helps you write and draw on your iPad like paper, and I'm going to take this out to show you, but I'm going to save this and gift it to one of my friends who also has an iPad, since my iPad already has a Paperlike, and obviously it's lasted for over a year and a half. It's paper thin, as you can imagine. It comes with a little cleaning cloth and then all these instructions for a seamless application. The Paperlike doesn't necessarily have a lifespan, but I don't use, I mean, I make all my thumbnails on here. I'm always taking notes in class, but I'm not pressing really hard and mine still feels brand new. If you're curious about the technological side of the Paperlike, it's designed with a microbead technology called nanodots. So it's designed to basically give you the stroke resistance of writing on real paper without sacrificing your screen clarity. I'm gonna read this right off of here because I wanna give you all the accurate information. It's available in Paperlike's online shop. They ship to over 150 countries. Also available on Amazon. I'll leave all the links you need to purchase your Paperlike down below in the description. Also available in retailers worldwide, including Best Buy and Target in the United States. Also Best Buy in Canada, Gravis in Germany. I'm only hoping I said that right. All over the world, people are loving this, and I can't recommend it enough if you're an avid iPad user, whether you're a student, teacher, graphic designer, illustrator, writer, just anyone who uses an iPad and an Apple Pencil. It'll make your life and your work so much easier. Also, if you have any specific questions about the Paperlike or you're deciding whether or not you want to get one, feel free to DM me or leave a comment and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Of course, links will be in the description, and thank you so much to Paperlike for sponsoring this video. Let's jump into these questions. I just decorated my room today for Christmas. I have my Christmas tree, my stockings up here, my little Christmas tree village back here. I'm feeling more festive than ever. Also, I committed the ultimate sister sin and I'm wearing, this is Allie's sweater. And she hasn't worn it yet. She just bought it, but she couldn't fit it in her bag to bring it back to Texas, so she left it here. But I'm still here for one more night. So Allie, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I promise it'll be sitting in your room when you come home. Have you gone skiing yet this season? I have not, and I probably won't go until second semester just because I'm only gonna be back at school for 10 days and Grace is coming to visit and we have formal and finals, and it's just gonna be, there's not gonna be any free time to really get up to the mountain. I also need to buy poles, and I need to get my mom's boots to Colorado somehow because I'm just going to wear those all season and get them fitted to my skis. So I have a little bit of a to-do list of things to complete and check out before I can actually go skiing. I love skiing and it's so fun, and I think it's such a good challenge for me because it's something I'm not great at and I have to grow in and push myself and face my fears because I get so scared at the top of every single run. I think it's good for me to feel uncomfortable in that way, but it is so much work and it's not cheap to get everything all together and to actually go. And it's usually, I mean, being in Colorado is easy because you can get up and down from the mountain in like an hour round trip, maybe, you know, give or take, but it's just a lot. So I will probably not go until second semester, but I have my pass and I'm excited. Things that you've put on your Christmas/birthday list this year. I'll pull up my list to show you, but the big thing that I'm asking for is a roller carry-on suitcase from Base because I've been doing so much traveling and I really thought I could get away. I'll show it to you because it's sitting right in front of me. I had a carry-on suitcase from Calpac. It was awesome, fit so much, it expanded, it had all the bells and whistles, all the extra pockets, and it broke. And so I bought this one from Amazon for 40 bucks as an interim because I was hoping to ask for the Base for Christmas, or I was hoping that this would just get me by until, I don't know, it went on sale or something, but it just is not doing the job. It would be totally fine if I didn't travel as much as I did. It just does not fit nearly enough as my old one did, and it doesn't expand. And so hopefully I will be upgrading. Besides that, I also put on my list some accessories, belts from Amazon being one of them, a helmet and boot bag for skiing, and then books. Other than that, I'm not really asking for much else because the suitcase is really expensive. I also told Matt I really wanted the Base mini weekender bag as a carry-on because I'm always using my school backpack as a carry-on and it works, but it's not as cute. So, crossing my fingers, he comes through with that. How do you fit in working out with school? I honestly just have been doing it in the mornings lately, and then I have no choice but to fit it in. Ooh, I love this question. What's been your favorite learning experience since moving away? I don't even know. It's been a lot for sure that I've learned. I'm sure anyone in college can relate. I also don't know if I've answered this before, but I want to say just knowing that I can do it. I feel like now that I've moved out of state, I feel confident to study abroad and just take leaps and know that fullness of joy can coexist both in my hometown and in another home that I create for myself. And that's been a lesson I've had to be patient in learning because it took me a while to get to that point. Come in. Dinner. I heard Mom yelling. Yeah. I'll come down 1 second. Yeah. How did you know Matt was the right one to date? Who initiated it? By the way, love your videos. It's only been really 2.5 years, but I feel like we've both lived so much life since we started dating. I had no idea what our lives would hold. I didn't know where we were going to go to college. I didn't know what life beyond high school was really going to look like. And so I don't think there was a moment necessarily that I knew he was the right person to date. I think it was just his charisma and his humor and the way he treated me that really made me think. I literally am so obsessed with this guy. Matt definitely initiated it. I liked him for a while, but I was like, I'm not gonna date that guy. I just won't do it after I, had the conversations I needed to have, but he was the one who initiated it. I also love this question. Someone asked where to start if I'm wanting to explore my relationship with faith in God. I, even as someone who has grown up in a Christian home, totally understand where you're coming from, because if you make that decision, there's no manual, you know what I mean? I mean, there's the Bible, but there's not a direct manual of where to go from there. I would try to get plugged into a church group if you can and just start praying, talking to God like a friend. Based on everything I've seen, read, heard, from someone who wasn't or hasn't been a lifelong Christian, it's baby steps. And for me, the beauty of being in a relationship with God is the fact that he meets you right where you are. I'm trying to think of practical advice I can give. Download the Bible app. There's so many devotionals on the Bible app. There's another app called Glorify that I love that has a bunch of devotionals, and you can just slowly start building things into your daily life. I need to go eat dinner. I'll just bring you with me. You best bet I am taking this off before I eat spaghetti. I cannot risk staining it. Hi. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a few hours. It's 8:20 now, and I just paused filming because I was doom scrolling, hanging out with my family. I just really lost my focus, but I'm making hot chocolate and we must prevail. Look how cute this Santa mug is. I went through and screenshotted all the questions I wanted to answer. That way I don't have to keep going back in the app after I get distracted. Nothing says the holidays like a good cup of hot cocoa. It makes me so happy. Our frother is looking extremely crusty, so we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Wow, stunning. I'm ready to chit chat and answer the rest of your questions. Any more travel plans coming up? Right now, no, which is kind of crazy. I have nothing planned except for something way far away in the spring, but my only travel plans as of now and for the rest of the year are to come home for Christmas and New Year's, and I'll be home for a month, so it'll be a long time and a long break. Thank goodness. Are you involved in any church? I wish I was, but right now I'm involved in my home church in the sense that I just go every Sunday when I'm home, but I haven't really found a church in Boulder that I absolutely love and really want to get plugged into. I have my Young Life community, which is really special to me, and I love going to Bible study every Monday night there, but right now I'm not really involved in any churches in Colorado, but hopefully that will change, and that is up to me to like actually do the work to get involved and go consistently, so we'll see. Be honest, how hard is long distance? Okay, here's the thing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not easy, but I feel like for Matt and I, it's very doable because we're both so busy. I think the hardest days are the days like today. It makes me want to cry because it's so sad to say goodbye after spending extended periods of time together, because I remember how nice it is to actually live 10 minutes away from each other instead of 1,000 miles. But I'm so thankful for FaceTime and texting and just all those things that help us stay connected. So many people do long distance for 2 years when they are on missions. A lot of people in the LDS church do that, and people who deploy to the military go months and months without seeing their boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whatever it is. And I have to remind myself what a blessing it is that I do get to see Matt so often, and we do get to spend long amounts of time together, being, Christmas break, summer, that kind of thing. But it's subjective, because some days when I'm having so much fun and I'm so busy, it's easy and I'm just feeling happy and excited for the countdown of when I'll see him next. And then other days it's really hard because I'm just having a long, difficult day and all I want is to feel that comfort and connection. So I'd say it's subjective. It's hard, but it's also very doable if you are both committed to it. Pros and cons of living in Colorado. I would say pros, it's beautiful and gorgeous, and there's a major city close to where I live and an airport that you can pretty much get anywhere from because it's so massive and busy. Biggest pro, I would say, is the beauty, and for me the biggest con is the cold weather. What advice would you give for keeping a clean dorm? P.S. I love your videos. I have to force myself to clean every single night before I go to bed, and that way things don't get out of hand. But I need to be better about the don't put it down, put it away mentality, because then everything would be tidy, but I have a tendency to just put things everywhere. So I don't know. I need advice for this also, but I do clean up at least every night because it drives me crazy. If I wake up to a messy room, I feel like my day is immediately off to a hectic start. Would you consider studying abroad at some point? Absolutely. Most people go abroad second semester, junior year. So in a year, I will be getting ready to go abroad, which is so crazy. I'm really scared, but really excited. And I have 2 options left to decide between. I have plenty of time to decide, but for my own mental preparation, I think I need to decide as soon as possible so I can start researching and preparing. But yes, I will be studying abroad. It makes me so nervous to say that because I know what a challenge it was for me to move to Colorado and to take that leap. And even though, like I said, it makes it easier having already done that to do it again, it still freaks me out. But I know it's only 1 semester and it's gonna be an unforgettable experience that I will never be able to get back. It also kind of worries me to think about content creation being abroad, but I know I'll be able to figure it out, and it really only is 4.5, 4 months, I think, something, 18 weeks, whatever. So if I do have to take it slow and push out a little bit less content than usual, then so be it, a little bit of an angle change. Sorry, I had to clear out some footage because my card was full. But next question is, what are some unexpected things about college you wish you knew? I think the first thing that comes to mind is that I wish I knew the extent of the party culture, especially in Boulder, at CU Boulder. It is just off the charts. Sometimes it can be so overwhelming, and I question if I made the right decision because it's just wild. I remember watching every TikTok under the sun that was what I wish I knew before college, things you should know before your freshman year, just everything of that nature. So there wasn't a lot that necessarily surprised me, but I was, oh my gosh, so overwhelmed by the party culture that was college because I was so far from that in high school. It just I really didn't care to do any of that. Not that I care to do it now, it's just for sorority events and holidays, you know, when there's a good reason for it. I'm not just going out like crazy, and I love staying in and staying home. But wow, I was not prepared for that. And it wasn't in the sense of, you know, because some people would think, oh, she was so sheltered, she went crazy. It was nothing of that nature. It was more so just people here have no chill. But I would say that is my answer. I don't know if I'm gonna leave all that in. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I'm not a party animal. And I also wasn't sheltered to the crazy things of this world in high school. It was just in your face. It away. Any plans for your birthday coming up? I love birthdays, and I can't believe that I'm gonna be turning 20. It just is hard to wrap my mind around. But my best friend Grace is coming to visit in Boulder, and she's gonna be my date to formal, and we're gonna go to dinner and just have a girls' weekend. And then of course I'll do something with Allie and Matt and my family when I'm back here. But for now, Grace visiting is a gift in itself. Hold on a second. What to bring to college, like things you wouldn't think of. I don't have an immediate answer that comes to mind, but I do have a big long list in my Amazon storefront of college items and dorm room items, so I'll leave links down below to those, and they're just packed with all kinds of things that are important for dorm life and college life and everything in between. We need to piggyback off that question before about the unexpected things, because I love this question. It says, how has college positively affected your life? I think it has given me a new sense of independence and confidence. I am so much more socially confident than I was in high school. I will, you know, go up to anybody, ask people questions in a way that I would have never done in high school. I'm not afraid to talk to strangers, to be friendly to people in public, to just compliment anyone I see walking down the side of the road, just little things like that. And I think it's just opened my circle and given me such incredible friends, and it's been a testament to God's faithfulness and the prayers that he's answered in my life, because so many things I have in my college life were prayers that I prayed at the beginning. Do you have any advice for sorority recruitment rushing in January? I'm so excited for you. Rush is so fun, but it can be very overwhelming. But my biggest piece of advice is to just go through the process for yourself and make decisions, please, based on your own experiences. Talking to every single girl, going to each different house, because there are so many people in your ear in a way, whether it's like your mom who was in a sorority or just yik yak, any of those. It's like Twitter but for colleges. But don't listen to any of that. Make the decisions based on your experiences and make them for yourself, because there are so many awesome people that if you have a closed mind to, you will miss out on connecting with. Was that English? I'm trying to get across that if you are acting like a different person, once you're in that sorority, if that's the one you end up going with because they think, oh, this girl connects so well with us, but that's not really you, chances are you would have had a better experience somewhere else being your true self. Do you have any tattoos or plan on getting one? I don't, and not as of now. I think it would have to be something so extremely significant for me to ever get a tattoo, because right now I don't think I ever want one, but never say never. Do you rely on social media completely financially, or do you have another job outside of it? I do not have another job outside of it. I was thinking about cleaning at Core Power. Nothing ever came of that. They never got back to me, so I just took it as a sign that I shouldn't do it. But doing this and working with brands and creating content is my full-time job outside of school. Junior in high school here, feeling worried and uncertain about the future, advice. Oh my gosh, I just wish I could give you a hug, because it's so honestly daunting at times to feel like you have to make the decisions for your future and figure out what you want to do with your life when you're still in high school. Everybody is still figuring everything out right now. We're all still feeling worried and uncertain about the future, but the good news and the best advice I can give you is that there is a God who holds your future in his hands, and you can trust that, and you can know that he has a good and perfect plan for your life. If you end up somewhere you don't like, you can always change your mind. You can always transfer. You can always switch majors. You can always choose a different route that isn't college. It's scary, and it is a lot at times, but right now the world is your oyster and there are so many opportunities out there for you. No matter what anyone tells you, you don't have to have your mind made up right now. You can do anything you set your mind to, and I promise your best and brightest days are ahead of you. We're really switching gears here. I just need to get off my soapbox because the next question is a little bit, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, if you're a boy watching this, you can just skip forward a little bit, okay? This is for the girls only because someone asked about shaving. I'm gonna give you the details because I didn't have an older sister to teach me, so if you don't, the time has come. Class is in session, okay? These are my holy grail products. I have used and loved a flamingo razor for years. It is amazing and lasts so long, and you don't ever have to repurchase an actual razor body. You just purchase the cartridges. So what I do is I first will shampoo everything, wash my body like usual, and then exfoliate. This is my favorite exfoliant. The brand is Tree Hut. Smells absolutely incredible. Sorry, there's some hair stuck to there. And then when I actually go to shave, I will use a shaving cream. If you don't have shaving cream, you can use conditioner and that will make things soft. But I love the shower oil from L'Occitane. I will always finish it off after with this everything oil or the Kiehl's oil. I'll link both down below. Both were sent to me in PR, and the world is a better place because of both of these oils. Essentially, they help reduce ingrown hairs, redness, and bumps for smooth, soft skin. This brand is Luna. It's awesome, and the Kiehl's one does a great job too. That's my routine. Boys, welcome back. We're done talking about, actually we're not done, you gotta keep skipping. We're not done talking about it yet because the same person asked about period tips and products you use. So I'm gonna answer that really fast because I just don't want anyone to be in the dark about this stuff. The thought of that makes me really sad. So I am blessed in the fact that I do not get a lot of cramps, but I do have to use the largest size tampons, okay? So I am counting my blessings, okay? At the very beginning of the school year, I switched to all Cora products. I think there was a tampon recall and I was really freaked out by it, and I was like, no thank you. I don't need any toxins up in there. So I switched to Cora. I was afraid that the tampons were gonna be cardboard because, oh, it just sends shivers down my spine to think about using a cardboard tampon. They are not, thank goodness, but I wish I had the box so I could give you all the information. All natural, 100% cotton, and they've been amazing. I use those in the day and then at night just because I don't like the idea of constantly having that inside of me consecutively for however many days long my period is. I wear the Cora pads with the wings at night so they like wrap around. My friends, I was gonna say which friend, but I feel like that would be a little invasive because no one asked for me to like air their laundry, but my angel friend at school taught me to wear boy short underwear when you're on your period so that your pads can just like, you can fully wear no pants, but still an overnight pad. If you don't like to wear pants at night or you get warm while you're sleeping. How many kids do you want? Are you looking forward to that part of your life? I am so excited for that part of my life. It feels so far away though. People ask me, there are even some questions in this Q&A asking about when I want to get married, when I want to get engaged, engagement soon, question mark, and I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I need to graduate first. I completely understand the questions. I am not thinking I'm being pressured, you know, none of that, because I love to know too. I'm totally nosy at times, but I honestly have no idea when I will feel ready for all of that. It is so funny to talk to Allie and to compare the cultures of our two different schools, because in the South, totally ring by spring culture, there are so many people getting engaged their senior year of college, and I just don't see those two chapters, marriage and college, of my life overlapping. But oh my gosh, I am so excited about being a wife and being a mom one day. That all needs to happen after I get a degree. It just makes me giddy to think about those things. And as far as how many kids I want, I don't know. I always say 4. What has been your favorite video to film or look back on? I would say just any of the high school dance videos. They're so nostalgic and so fun, and I can just remember the feeling is visceral of getting ready, getting up, waking up on those days, and having all my friends over, feeling so excited. It's so special to have it all documented. Fellow YouTuber, how do you deal with unwarranted / rude advice in comment sections? Honestly, I have been very fortunate and blessed to not receive an insane amount of rude comments or hate comments, because I believe for the most part my content is not very controversial. It happens to everybody, you know, there are always weird trolls, weird haters, and I just delete the comments and move on. It's hard sometimes to see through those because there are so many more positive comments that heavily outweigh the negative comments, yet those are the ones that will just sting the most. I picture someone behind a screen writing that and I think to myself, I would never in a million years actually write something out and leave someone a hate comment. I think that is such an insane thing to do, and I think you have to be really so bold to actually do something like that. So I just picture the person behind the screen and I delete the comment and move on. How do you edit your videos? I am still using iMovie, which is kind of funny because so many creators use Final Cut Pro and switch over to that, but I've just been using iMovie and I don't want to learn a new software because I think it's going to disrupt my workflow, so I still use iMovie. Who are you living with next year? I'm living with there's 7 of us total girls, and they're all also DGs that live in the house right now. I just had to switch out the battery. I'm having camera issues today, but I'm so beyond excited for our house and decorating and just all the exciting things that are going to come with it. What kind of jobs have you had high school and college? This has been my job since my first high school summer. My brother was working in retail somewhere, and I was like, if I can make the same amount of money that he made this summer, I won't get a job. I'll just keep doing content creation. Lo and behold, I surpassed that amount, and that was my job. It's been my job ever since. I've always babysat, occasionally dog sat. I did that all through high school. I wouldn't say nannying ever, maybe at some points, but it was never insanely consistent. Do you ever regret sharing parts of your life with the internet? This is a great question. Honestly, no, because I'm such an open book. I would say the one thing I would ever regret is accidentally sharing something that has to do with another person without their permission. I don't think I've ever done that, or, you know, it would have been something so lighthearted and fun or funny that it wasn't a big deal, but I will never really talk about anything that has to do with other people in my life without their permission, because no one else who I am really close with has necessarily signed up for their life to be all over the internet, except for Matt. But I feel like I still don't really, he doesn't have a preference, you know, if I am filming or not. He just is so chill and go with the flow. But I don't think I ever really am talking about, if I am talking about our relationship, I'm talking about my side of the relationship and how I feel in it. But I don't think there's been anything I regret sharing. How do you invest / put your money that you save? I have a sum of money invested thanks to my dad and my grandpa, who are just wonderful and really helped me a lot with my finances. I would not be, oh my gosh, I'd be lost without my dad and his financial help. I call him my financial advisor because that's really what he is. I've learned so much from him and just gained so much knowledge that has made me feel financially competent, because why don't they teach us in schools how to do our taxes and how to do oh my gosh, why don't they teach us? We have to figure it out for ourselves, or I guess hire a financial advisor, but it is invested some of my money. So I think I will end the vlog here. I forgot I am doing this little segment about a devotional. This video just didn't feel like a vlog to me because I'm filming it all in the same day. This one is from a devotional called Advent. It says, happiness happens to you when a friend sends words of encouragement, you get the job, or find your lost keys, you feel happy. It's a response and it feels good. But like all emotions, happiness fades over time. Joy is different. In the Bible, joy isn't an emotion, it's an attitude. Joy is a resilient cheerfulness anchored in the goodness of God. Think of it like a lens helping you see your life in a different way. Joy recognizes the pain people experience every day, but also remembers God's kindness, love, and good plans for the world. Then, joy allows these truths to influence how we speak, act, and present ourselves. it says a little more, but the end part says, here's the good news. God wants to help you become a joyful presence in the world around you. In the New Testament, we get a list of qualities God's Spirit develops in our lives. These are called the fruit of the Spirit, and as you might have guessed, one of them is joy. This means that as we pursue closeness with God, God fills our hearts with joy. There's a party coming in the future when God finishes his restorative work, heals every injury, and wipes away every tear. We can embrace lasting joy no matter what we're going through. And I love the verse that is attached to this. It says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. It's James 1, 2, and 3. That is all I have for this video. I love you all so much. I hope you are feeling the holiday joy, and I hope you loved this video. I'll see you very soon for the next day of Vlogmas. I hope you have the very best day ever. Bye, guys.